Yo, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so this is your morning video update. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video today is just to keep you in the loop with regards to what is happening today. Now, we have a plethora of news announcements coming out for the US economy. Now, we have found in the past that Bitcoin tends to react to these news announcements. Why? Because the coefficient of Bitcoin and the S&P 500 appears to be very positive. Okay, they seem to actually work hand in hand. In other words, when traders are seeking risk or they want to try and get involved in riskier assets, they may turn to Bitcoin. Okay, so if we were to look at the S&P 500, you can see that it's not really done much over these past two sessions. Okay, you can see that they've gapped up over on the 29th. Okay, and then they just trailed up and down in this range, and they haven't really gone anywhere. Okay, and that's the same for Bitcoin as well. If you look back, you can see Bitcoin hasn't really done much. Now, there are probably a lot of people trying to make sense of this range. A lot of people are getting shaken out. As you can see from the actual range itself, Bitcoin has initiated several hits to each move to the upside. So, for example, one zone here, you've got a zone here, and then, of course, you have this area here, without not mentioning the idea of these areas here as well, which you can see what they're doing is they're working a range. And what's important is that the range that they're working in relation to the whole and half numbers, the 47 number seems to be a very important range for the market. Okay. Now, once the news announcements are released, we will know where we stand. It's Thursday today. We know that the market likes to do a reversal. Okay. Which way is the reversal going to go? Naturally, we would assume it's going to come back down and recover this green vector point. But if the strength in this move is designed to hold price in this area so that Bitcoin can move higher, then we are likely to see some volatility today. Okay? So here's the news that's coming out. As it stands right now, we've got the OPEC JMMC meetings. That does have a little bit of an impact. As you can see, it has medium impact on price. We've got the Challenger job cuts. And then, of course, Canada's releasing some information on the GDP. US dollar is releasing the core price index. And unemployment claims is due out also. Then we have the Chicago PMI. And then you've got the government board member, McKellar. Wow, what a name. For the Swiss franc, okay then. I don't know why I thought that was going to be something to do with the Fed. Anyway, there's your boomer moment, ladies and gentlemen. I had a bit of a hiccup there. Please put that in the comments that you have been and you've experienced a nice little boomer moment by yours truly. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, going into tomorrow as well, the news announcements right here with the non-farm payrolls, which always is declared at the start of the Friday of the start of each new month. They may even hold price until that point. So we might just get some really boring price action from now up until tomorrow. Okay. Ultimately, these figures right here, the unemployment claims, are going to determine pretty much the story of the non-farm payrolls. Okay. The unemployment rate, big figure tomorrow. Is it going to be reducing? Given with all this situation with inflation, what's the story going to be like? Who knows? Ultimately, when you've got news plays, whether the news is going to be positive or negative, you have to try and pay attention to the way price has been moving. Okay? Now, all I've been looking at is the relationship between dollar yen and Bitcoin. Now, dollar yen has come from a massive move to the upside. We are naturally expecting them to break down price and make its way down lower. Okay, why? Because in Forex, the market maker provides these positions. He allows the retail trader to go long by selling him shorts. So is Mr. Market Maker looking at making a return on his investment? Okay. Now, how are they going to use news is going to be a different story. They may even use the news to stop hunt rise to the upside to try and shake out the traders who believe now that the shorts are in play and then reverse price back down. Look, you can see we've got a plethora of news coming out, man, that could really affect dollar yen. Now, what I've noticed is dollar yen has a little bit of a disparity between Bitcoin. Okay. Now, because Bitcoin trades against the US dollar, naturally you would assume that when dollar is rising, Bitcoin drops. Okay. Now we sort of see that disparity, but it doesn't always play out. See, I've noticed sometimes that dollar yen, when she's moving higher, Bitcoin also moves higher. So it just tells me that it's all to do with sentiment across the board. All right. Now, if we look at the yields themselves, so we've got the 5-year government yields right there. They're dropping down lower. Okay. You've got the 30-year, which is also dropping down lower. And then you have the 10-year. That tells us that institutional traders are running to the government. They are running for safety. All right. When you see this yield dropping, it means that they're running to the government and they're putting their money in bonds just for protection. All right. That's why the yield is reducing. At the same time, they could be taking profits because they've had some great success in risky assets over here. As you can see, you've got an M formation right there. Okay. And now they've pulled it back. Level 1. Drop level 2, drop level 3, peak formation. All right. So what I'm trying to say to you is this a result of them feeling concerned, or is this the result of them actually taking profits and putting it back into the government yields, getting ready for the next move? All right. Looking at the USDT chart, seems to be holding in this area. Now we've got these zones down here that I am waiting for. Okay, and that's the idea that if USDT dominance chart makes its way towards the downside at 3.6, we would know that Bitcoin is on its way to make a nice move for us also. But because the range for Bitcoin right now is flat, there's nothing much happening. Do not be tempted to trade this if you are new. To all my guys who are veterans in the game of the hybrid system, you guys know what to do in these sort of situations. But to the new trader trying to make sense of this direction, don't go anywhere. Don't look at anything else other than the chart. Whatever you see on social media, whatever patterns are being drawn, don't do anything because there's nothing happening right now. They're preparing for something. They have been building positions around the 47 range. Okay? Now, what those positions are is going to be based on our understanding of the system. Are they building longs or are they building shorts? You want to ask yourself the question, how many times do they make an attempt to the downside but yet come back up again? Which is consistent with them building longs at lower prices so that they can grab enough liquidity to shift out into the upside and have the best feel for their longs. Okay? But because the range is so compressed, we are in principle expecting the elasticity principle. When you pull back an elastic band, you're pulling it back, the tension is created, then once it releases, it's going to shoot off. This is what we're waiting for with Bitcoin right now. Okay? In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, the first move that happens is going to be a news play anyway. So we could actually get the following. We could get a stop hunt rise, and then they could bring it back down, bring it back into the range. Okay? We could get a stop hunt low where they bring it to the downside, trap the traders short, and then bring it back up into the range again. What they could also do is they could be holding price in anticipation to wait for the news to come out, let dollar do its thing, let people react to the news, and Bitcoin holds. We have seen this happen before. We've had news plays where we had anticipated price to make a movement, Bitcoin didn't do anything. Then come to the Asian session, Bitcoin makes a mad move to the upside and to the downside, whatever the narrative was at that time. All I'm saying to you guys is, do not force trades, okay? Don't do it, because it's these ranges that are going to make or break traders. Jesse Livermore said it. He sat on his hands most of the time, which is what helped him make more of his money. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to trade it, okay? Don't trade what you think will happen. Trade what you see. Right now, you don't see nothing. Okay? We're waiting for commitment to come into the charts. Okay? Looking on the higher time frames. Yes, Bitcoin looks like it's doing a good job. Look, 5 and 13 EMA on the 4 hour have now compressed. There's no volatility on the 5 and the 4 hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Don't do anything. Just wait. Now, I'll be going live today. I'm going to try and go live before a couple of news plays itself, which means, 1:30, then come 2 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be going live in and around the 1:30, 2:30. Yeah, 1:30 to 2 o'clock range. Let's see if they do decide to do anything within that time frame. Okay? But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, just protect yourselves today. Okay? Please protect yourselves. Have yourself a wonderful day. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can tune into today's live stream. And I will catch up with you later. Take care of yourselves, family. Mad love. Peace.